At a special meeting held last night, Tuesday, May 28th, the South Tucson Mayor and Council met with the Citizens Review and Budget Advisory Committee and heard their suggestions for increasing revenues to the city and moving forward on addressing the anticipated budget deficit as the Mayor and Council continue to weigh a proposed 0.5% sales tax increase on utilities, communications, and retail sales. The Advisory Committee brought several items for the City Council's consideration, including hiring a part-time grant writer, increasing city permit and inspection fees, increasing business license fees, giving raises to public safety and city personnel, and increasing public notification and participation in the future as the council considers expanding the central business district and increasing the sales tax.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we have staff move forward with creating a fund for part-time grant writer. Motion 2, increase permit and inspection fee. Motion 3, the G-Flex expansion to include public participation. Motion 4, increase business license fees. Motion 5, effective January 1st, 2020, increase pay for fire reserves. Firefighters $12.50 per hour, paramedics $13 an hour, and increase all employee pay under $14.50 by 50 cents. Motion number 6, effective January 1st, 2020, increase fire reserve captain pay by 25 cents per hour. Motion 7, to discuss sales tax with mayor and council and request that the mayor, city, and council make every best effort to inform the community about a proposed 0.5% sales tax for retail, communication, and utilities prior to July 1st.
Motion carries unanimously.
I was forced out of downtown Tucson for economic reasons. Driven out. I was in the arts district, and there was a move to privatize all the warehouses there. Rents were skyrocketing, and we got pushed out. So South Tucson, I could afford a commercial property and find a really agreeable development services to work with to build a new print shop. Well, it'll definitely impact me, and from utilities a little bit. I already pay a pretty high sales tax rate when the council raised it a few years ago. I pay a full 3% more than competitive businesses in Tucson. So it really does have an impact, negative impact on our business. Yeah, and property values are going up here now too. I'm not necessarily opposed to a sales tax, but I really think the City Council needs to be creative about where the revenue comes from. There's so many people making money in South Tucson. Those are mostly developers, speculators, people buying houses from legacy owners, flipping them, and that we need to raise the fees on those folks too. Well, I was surprised they passed everything unanimously. I was encouraged by that. I didn't actually honestly expect it. A year ago, they didn't do that, and I think there was a move a year ago to do that in secret and move it into an executive session when that failed here, and when they had to actually look us in the eye and face us all as business leaders and concerned people. It was different, and I'm glad they showed some leadership there.
Well, one of the concerns that I have with an increased sales tax is that many of the residents are low-income seniors and they have fixed incomes. And even though a small increase in sales tax is not a lot, when you have a fixed income, you have absolutely zero ability to absorb anything, and especially if it's a utilities tax. You have to then decide, do I get food this week or do I pay my medicine? It's really a hardship on the residents that are seniors that have fixed income. The other concerns that I have is that increasing sales tax may cause people to cross the tracks and just buy business things elsewhere. That can discourage people from buying what they need at the local South Tucson grocery store. Some of the other concerns are about the gentrification that's going on with the city and it being attached to possibly the University of Arizona Rio Nuevo, where they don't have to comply with the same kinds of city ordinances or plans or community involvement. And I don't think that the residents are fully aware of the impact of that kind of development and the regentrification that's going on within the city of South Tucson. I was very encouraged that they were adopting the suggestions and that they were open to seeing sort of the possibility of bringing on a grant writer and some alternative ideas to how they can bring more revenue into the city instead of just relying solely on sales tax and property tax and the traditional things. I was very encouraged by that, but I also feel terrible that they have such such a load of services to provide the residents. I don't think that the city of South Tucson realizes how fortunate they are to have the police and the fire with a city this size. It's really a monumentous task providing that.
Mayor and council will hold a public hearing on the proposed sales tax increase on July 1st.